In this video, we are going to create an expert advisor that utilizes the IAlligator indicator along with trailing stops for effective trading. Let's see how we can do that. To begin, we start Metaeditor by either clicking a little icon or pressing F4. Once we are in the Metaeditor, we can see the structure of our expert advisor. The first part of the code includes the CTrade class from the standard library. This class provides simplified trading methods such as PositionOpen and PositionModify, which we will use to manage our trades. By including this library, we gain access to functions that streamline our trading operations. Next, we instantiate a CTrade object named Trade. This object will manage all trade operations, including opening and modifying positions, making our code cleaner and more efficient. We then define our strategy configuration parameters. These parameters are adjustable in the Expert Advisor properties, allowing us to customize our trading strategy. The LookbackBars parameter specifies the historical range for highs and lows, which can be set between 1 and 1,000 candles. The MinCandlesBack parameter sets the minimum age for a valid high or low, with a range of 5 to 50 candles. The TrailingOffset parameter provides a safety margin for the trailing stop, measured in points, and can be adjusted between 1 and 20. We also configure the Alligator indicator parameters, including the periods and shifts for the jaws, teeth, and lips of the indicator. The AlligatorMAMethod parameter determines the moving average method used for the alligator, while the AlligatorAppliedPrice parameter specifies the price type applied to the indicator calculations. Moving on, we declare global variables and handles that will store the state between ticks and hold indicator data. We create an integer variable to hold the alligator indicator handle, as well as arrays for the jaws, teeth, and lips buffers. Additionally, we define an array for the OHLC price data, which will be used for our calculations. The OnInit function is executed once at the start of the expert advisor for indicator setup. In this function, we create the alligator indicator handle using the IAlligator function. This function takes several parameters, including the current symbol, the H1 timeframe, and the previously defined periods and shifts for the jaws, teeth, and lips. If the handle creation fails, we print an error message and return an initialization failure code. We then configure the arrays as time series, ensuring that the newest data is at index 0. This is crucial for correctly interpreting the indicator values and price data. Next, we define the functions for opening buy and sell positions. The OpenBuyPosition function retrieves the current ask price and calls the PositionOpen method from the trade object. This method takes several parameters, including the financial instrument, the order type for a buy position, the position size in standard lots, the entry price, and comments for the position. In this case, we are opening a position of 0.10 lots, which translates to 10 micro lots. Similarly, the OpenSellPosition function retrieves the current bid price and opens a sell position using the same PositionOpen method. Again, we specify a position size of 0.10 lots, with no initial stop loss or take profit set. The OnTick function is executed on every tick and contains the core strategy logic. In this function, we first retrieve historical price data using the CopyRates function. This function takes parameters such as the symbol, timeframe, starting index, and the number of candles to copy, which is defined by the LookbackBars parameter. We then copy the alligator indicator values into their respective buffers using the CopyBuffer function. This function allows us to retrieve the indicator values for the jaws, teeth, and lips, which will be used to determine our trading conditions. Next, we check the status of open positions to determine if we currently have any active trades. We loop through all positions and check if any match our symbol. If we find an open position, we set a flag indicating that we have an open position and store the type of that position. The trading logic is based on the alligator indicator. For a buy condition, we check if the jaws are lower than the teeth and the teeth are lower than the lips, indicating an ascending order. We also confirm that the lips are crossing above the teeth. If these conditions are met and we do not have an open position, we call the OpenBuyPosition function to open a new buy trade. If we already have a buy position, we update the trailing stop by finding the lowest price within the specified lookback period and adjusting the stop level accordingly. For a sell condition, we check if the jaws are higher than the teeth, and the teeth are higher than the lips, indicating a descending order. We confirm that the lips are crossing below the teeth. If these conditions are met and we do not have an open position, we call the OpenSellPosition function to open a new sell trade. If we already have a sell position, we update the trailing stop by finding the highest price within the specified lookback period and adjusting the stop level accordingly. The process trailing stop function is responsible for managing the trailing stops for both buy and sell positions. It loops through all positions and checks if they match our criteria based on the symbol and direction. If the position type is a buy, we modify the stop loss only if the new stop level is higher than the current stop or if no stop exists. For sell positions, we modify the stop loss only if the new stop level is lower than the current stop or if no stop exists. Finally, we press F7 to compile the code. If this was too fast for you, or if you don't understand what all the code is doing, you may want to check out the premium course on our website or watch one of the basic videos first. Once we have compiled the code successfully, we return to Metaeditor by pressing F4 or clicking on the icon. In Metaeditor, we press Ctrl and R to start the strategy tester. We select the expert advisor that we have just created, enable the visual mode, and start a strategy test. We should see the expert advisor operating on the chart. If you are already a premium course member and have an idea for a video like this one, feel free to send us an email with your suggestions. In summary, we have learned how to create an expert advisor that utilizes the IAlligator indicator and implements trailing stops. With just a few lines of MQL code, we have coded a functional trading strategy that can be tested in the Metaeditor environment. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.